All right, I'm Marquez.
And I'm Brandon.
And today we're going to be answering your questions about Apple Park. How do you get into Apple Park? I think the obvious one is there's a visitor center. So that's the public way of getting in, which the visitor center is not in the giant circle you might be thinking of. It's a building across the street with a store and some food.
But there's exclusive Apple merch that can only be purchased at this store.
I don't know if it's better, but it is exclusive. So
it's true.
There is.
All right, so we've only ever been in as press.
I think I've been now 4 times, and I've never actually had a badge or credentials. Not that I snuck in, just they were like, we're not gonna give him credentials, and we're just gonna figure out how to get him in. That's an official. It's not like
it's official.
It's not like they're like, hey bud, you want to get me in? It's more like Apple PR employee is hosting a press thing. He or she or they will let us in, as part of their specific project.
As you guys can see, there's a secret image under Apple Park.
Guess
First
it.
person to guess what that image is.
It kind of looks like hair. Is it an Oreo cookie?
How does Apple manage all that glass? This is a good question. They're constantly cleaning it. There are constantly people cleaning walls, windows, doors. There's so much glass that I guess that's a full-time thing. There are maybe, I was gonna say dozens, but there might be 3 digits worth of people cleaning glass.
I don't know if there's a no touching the glass policy inside. That's the only thing I can think of that would keep it that clean.
They have decals on the glass sometimes, not only at Apple Park, but also at Apple stores, because I guess people just don't realize that it's glass and they just walk into it. But I also hear that that's something that goes on in the actual campus as well. They put Post-it notes on random pieces of glass just to remind themselves that there's a solid object there. So,
dude, is this the hubcap from the VW bus?
How does the Steve Jobs Theater stay up with just glass?
They custom designed a carbon fiber roof structure to be extra lightweight and very thick glass with some lining, but that's all it is. It's a roof on top of glass.
I read recently that that roof weighs, I think it was 80 tons, and the glass was 4 panels, and each one is 12 millimeters thick. So you have 48 millimeters of glass separating 80 tons.
4 panels layered on top.
That was,
okay.
yeah, and so absolutely not. What? I don't want, that's terrifying. There's just at first I was always really jealous. I never got invited. I never got the pass to go to the theater. Really wanted to see it. Now if I went, I'd be sweating.
Scared the whole time?
I'd be sweating, bro.
Yeah, so with no walls, where do you put AC, right? I've walked in there on a hot summer day for some random event. I think WWDC is in the summer. Yeah. And I walked all the way to the back and I sat down in the corner and I realized that around the bottom, there is air conditioning vents coming up all the way around the outside.
Wow.
So the AC comes out of the floor. Nothing can come out of the ceiling, obviously, because nothing. True. Wait, how does the light?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Is there wires going
So
down?
maybe in between the panels, they just run a tiny little thin wire.
There has to be somewhere.
Or maybe it's solar on the top.
Well,
that'd be too heavy. That'd be too heavy.
It's too much, yeah.
We have more questions than we have answers at this point.
Yeah. Oh,
what?
Is this a Starbucks cup?
Hold on.
This is one of the Apple Park Starbucks cups or something? Oh, this is the pizza. This
Yep.
is the pizza.
Yep.
I know what that is.
Yep.
Okay. Can we do a speed test on the Wi-Fi?
You've done a speed test on the Wi-Fi. You have the funniest Wi-Fi story.
Yeah, I don't remember the speed of it, but there was a dub where I was sitting with David Marquez and Judner, your average consumer, and I have my Windows Surface laptop, and I was the only one out of the 3 of them that could get on the internet.
Andrew's playing PUBG with a low ping,
I think when there's nobody there, there's no tech bloggers there, there's not a trillion new people on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I bet they're pulling 500 down.
I have a funny Wi-Fi story. We may have to cut this. Part of doing these trips is you shoot an insane amount. And because we don't fly our entire team out for these things, we only bring out the on-set production team. All the post-production people are typically back at the studio waiting for assets. So the Wi-Fi speed of our hotel
I know where this
is really important. And there was one year we went and a certain other tech YouTuber told us, hey, this hotel has gigabit Wi-Fi. And we were like, that is so clutch. That is gonna make our lives so much easier and we can't wait. And we show up and not gigabit, but like some of the worst hotel Wi-Fi I've ever experienced working. And
then we found them and said, are you getting that good Wi-Fi speed you're talking
and they're
about?
like,
And
oh, I'm not staying there.
They weren't even at the hotel.
And it was like, next question.
Yep, let's do it.
Do you want to throw this one since I threw yours?
Oh, bro. What is this thing? Is this like a K-cup? Like, did you spot any non-Apple devices?
I have a picture of me with my Surface laptop and my Linus Tech Tips water bottle in Steve Jobs Theater. I definitely got judged by other people there, but I'm sure there's plenty of journalists who don't have it.
Yeah.
Apple employees,
Should I tell
Also,
the Tim Cooks?
I was just gonna ask, do you think you would want
It's
to
probably
tell?
fine. We went. So we interviewed Tim Cook a couple months ago. You might have seen the video on their channel, and the entire day that I'm like walking through, taking my notes, it's on my S24 Ultra. I've written my questions on my S24 Ultra, and I'm even sitting in for our camera setup session where everyone's there to make sure, hey, are your mics in a good spot? How do the shadows look? And I'm sitting there with my S24 Ultra, making sure everything's good. And Tim Cook's gonna sit here, so here's where I'll have my phone. And everything's cool until the moment that Tim Cook's about to walk in, someone who won't be named leans over to me and goes, hey, are you gonna have your phone like out the whole time? Yeah, my questions are on it. Yes, it will be out. And they're like, could you not? And I do believe that if it was an iPhone, they wouldn't have had any problem with it. But
I'd love to imagine that someone has like the Mac Pro case with a full PC build inside of it.
And they're like terrified their boss is gonna like see. They're running parallels and they like swap over every time someone comes. No, this is Macintosh.
I swear. What do you want the studio to copy from Apple Park? I know Marquez's answer is so easy.
Really? What is it?
Okay, so
this got expensive.
there's a few things. Firstly, like we have a great coffee setup here, but the coffee at the visitor center, holy. You're gonna bleep that
Aren't
out.
they? There's professional baristas and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
That's my point.
okay. Fair.
Yeah, that's probably the first thing. Also, the other thing is they have bathrooms that just have an entire ceiling of softbox. I feel like if this whole studio was just outfitted with that,
Even underground, random rooms just have softbox lighting. That's expensive. So we made our own firing light up, reflecting down. Accomplishes a similar effect, just doesn't look cool when you look up.
yeah,
I too would like to copy that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the baristas. How do the parking lots work?
Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be some kind of rule of like they don't like seeing a lot of surface cars. Like they have surface parking lots, but yeah, this is one. Cars just go underground right there. Here's another one. Cars go underground.
Brandon and I call it Siberia, but it's where we get where the parking lot is that the camera people get sent to when they're not allowed in the actual event is right over here because it's a beautiful shot of this, but you also can see a bunch of cars coming in, scanning in at the security gate and going under here.
Doing a little split up now. I'm going to Siberia. And
We didn't know that this was gonna happen.
it's a classes system.
but it happened.
Yeah. It's so annoying because literally the theater's right there.
Apparently, allegedly, for underground inside of these parking lots, their green, yellow, and red lights are oriented horizontally like the Mac buttons. Can you try the food?
Since WWDC is in the actual main spot here where the cafeteria is, at Dub Dub they do offer lunch there in their regular cafeteria, which is awesome. There's a bunch of different options and they're usually all like regionally based, so there's like Mexican or like Chinese food and stuff like that, and it's all set up like that. I remember getting a really great burrito.
They had like a sourdough And in the sourdough was avocado, cut up chicken, and it was like grilled, and it was like a panini press with cheese in the middle. It was ooey gooey. It was just creamy and delicious and amazing. And that bread, it had a crunch. So good.
I missed out on this.
It was so good.
I've had a lot of not great meals at Apple Park. I finish, taking notes on the event, and I'm the last one up to the snacks area, and there's not that much stuff left, and I'll just have 6 of the salads or whatever, because that's the only thing I can make a meal out of.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know. I haven't had that much stuff, but apparently they have some good stuff in there.
This looks like, okay, here's what I'm thinking, right? Clearly a lid. We got a pull tab right there. It looks like it's made out of some sort of recycled composite paper product. This is going to be embarrassing because I feel like maybe
It's super niche. I had never heard about this until we were fielding questions. I think before we even posted it, Rich was like, Andrew, do you know about the pizza box? I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Pizza box?
Apparently it's some special pizza box they have on Apple campus that has proper venting in it to keep pizza slices crispy, which is also hilarious because California stopped pretending your pizza's any good, especially Apple campus pizza.
I'm from California and I second that.
Oh. That's impressive. Is this Andrew's question?
Can you slide a marble down one of the staircases?
When you're walking up a lot of the stairs, the handrails are not traditional handrails bracketed onto the side of the stairs. There are these carved channels on the side walls of the stairs that provide you a place to sort of stick your hands.
Best part of Apple Park right here.
Best part of Apple Park for sure. You can tell that they spent time on this.
As Andrew has noticed many times.
They're deep and they're grooved and they're super smooth.
And you could easily roll a marble down 3 or 4 flights of these things and get that thing whipping.
I have to not get kicked out. That's the problem.
If you want to watch more Apple-related stuff, you can watch our reaction to fake Apple products video. Don't hit stop. Don't hit stop. Don't hit stop.
We should see if we can get one of these and bring them home and test it on some real pizza.
Do we think this is, if it was designed by Johnny Ive, it would have been made out of brushed aluminum.